have sort of a, do you like to get quiet before you do that, or do you have like a little
Um,
routine?
I think it varies. To
Or,
honestly, I mean, on stage it's definitely different from screen. It was very easy. I don't know, not easy to jump into my character's point of view because
sure.
again, I'm no historian, but I know a good deal about what what this man did and his army did, and there's enough hatred and there's enough anger for me to sort of tap into that very quickly. I think honestly, the quality of the people I have around me is the biggest thing. With easy direction, people when people panic, which they do, people love to flap their wings on a set. When people panic, then things start to go a bit awry. But if you
Sure.
allow yourself a little bit of time just to sort of calm everything down, then usually it comes fairly quickly. But again, most of it, a huge part of that as well is physical. You need to know how to,
Right.
work with rifles and stuff like that, and also not be able to just use them, but use them as if you shot them 1,000
Right.
times over and over and over.
Sure.
So there's one point I think we had like five of us sitting in chairs just with these half of a gun stock with these bolts, just sort of going back and forth, just to sort of
Right.
familiarize ourselves with it.
I was
So
curious.
there's that sort of process because you don't want to be thinking about that. You certainly don't want to be looking down at the gun as it reloads because you look completely amateur. But
Absolutely. I was wondering about that. Yeah.
yeah, other than well, again, very lucky to have practical people around us that know what they're talking about. We had a fantastic firearms department who not only again this has probably actually helped the acting. Not only are they fantastically efficient and safe,
Yeah.
we're using weapons that were used in the war. These are not these aren't replicas that were made for the films. These are
Right.
real ones that have just been decommissioned. So even just holding a
Oh,
rifle that you
yeah.
know was being used in 1946 or 1947, that brings something to the element. I do love a good costume. That does help. It's remarkable how sort of normal everyone is, and it's lovely to see everyone.
Mhm.
But Potter doesn't really run our lives,
Sure.
although it's a constant part of it, and it will always be. And I will celebrate that to the to the end. We're all very proud of what we've
Yeah.
done, and we're usually in four corners of the earth at the same time, so we rarely get together. So it's really lovely to get back together. But yeah, it's also a significant reminder of, at the time, none of it really felt like work. None of it really felt like we were doing too much of an effort. I think the tribute
Mhm.
really is the stories have just lived on, and they've just got bigger and bigger and bigger. Like we did a reunion or whatever. Most people now that approach me or shout Draco or whatever, they weren't even born when that film was being made. So
Right.
it's an extraordinary thing to see it all being passed down. And honestly, when we all get together, there's sort of like a 60-second British awkward hello, how are you? Yes, very good. Hello, very good. And then that's it. And then we just sort of slip straight back into being the people that we were before,
Awesome.
trading war stories and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just really sort of enjoying it. I think it's a lot more fun to enjoy it together than it is to
Right.
enjoy it separately.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it sounds like a really cheesy thing to say, but I can spoil it for everyone now. That the first page says this is dedicated to
Sure.
all the fans that got me here.
Sure.
I'm so grateful for everyone's support, not only of myself but the films and it really is astonishing, and I'll never hide away from that. I don't. There will never be a moment where I'm not proud and very grateful. So the stories, and I genuinely think that the fans will get a huge kick out of this because there's a lot of stuff that hasn't been said or talked about, and that was kind of the impetus of the book. When I was doing, well, I've been doing Comic Cons for a long time now because it's a great way to travel and it's a great way to thank the fans from around the world. And I find it incredible that there isn't a country that I've been to that hasn't heard of Harry Potter. It literally has seeped into
Mhm.
every corner of the world, which is awesome. But yeah, it's through telling these stories with fans and with friends and my own family that they were the ones to sort of encourage me to write them down. I was very skeptical, to be honest with you, about the idea of committing to writing a book because I thought that was way too much pressure, and do we have enough there, etc. But yeah, within a sort of year or two, and twiddling my thumbs during the pandemic helped. The reunion helps, definitely sort of sparking memories and so forth. And part of it was really because memories fade. And there's so much stuff to look forward to in the next year. You tend to forget, sort of little bits and pieces.
Right.
So it was friends of mine that encouraged me to write them down. And there was those friends who read them and then said, what about this? And then I sort of continue writing more about that particular chapter. And it's only very recently, really, that I considered it to be worthy of a book. But we've got it to a place where I'm really proud of it. And yeah, I think the Potter fans will get a massive kick out of it.
Hey guys, we got a new show on the E! News YouTube channel all about celebrities and their cars. It's called Drive, and you can check out the first episode with NASCAR champion Joey Logano right here. And don't forget to come back every Monday for all new episodes.